everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making a crab and corn bisque. So if that's something you're interested in, just stick around and keep watching. It's super simple. I really love this recipe because it really kind of has all of the really great things about summer. And as summer is coming to an end, which it will be very much summer here in Texas for the foreseeable future because it's still over 100 degrees outside. But like I say, it's never too early for soup weather. So that's what I like about this soup is it kind of has all of those delicious flavors and everything that you want out of summer. It has that great, nice, sweet corn flavor. And then we're going to roast that corn. It's going to be delicious. So all I'm doing here is I'm just chopping up some onion and then I'm going to put that in my work bowl over here. So this is what I suggest to do. Get yourself a nice little bowl to put all your chopped vegetables in, and then get yourself either another bowl, or I'm using a just old like grocery bag, and put that on your counter, and that is going to be your garbage bowl, your GB, the Rachel Ray favorite. She taught me that at 15 years old. The GB is the 30-minute girl's best friend. So make sure you're just using that. It does really help and make it so much simpler. The next thing that we're going to be cutting up is some red bell pepper, and I really love these. They were so delicious, and the red bell pepper and the corn together just like have this amazing brightness. It's very flavorful. It's one of my favorite things. So yeah, we're just gonna cut up all our vegetables. There's also going to be some celery, some garlic, some new potatoes that we put in there as well. So just get everything all chopped up and put off to the side in that bowl. I just washed these new potatoes, and I'm just giving them a little dry off with a paper towel and like really getting in some of the little nooks and crannies because they were a little dirty. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take it and I'm just gonna quarter these, and the bigger one I'm just gonna cut it up a little bit more. So when you're chopping all of your vegetables, you really want to think about having everything be the same size, so that way the cook time on everything is together. And it really does help simplify the cook time, and that's why I can kind of throw everything in there at the same time instead of having to do a staggered cook where you add this and then you add that. This makes it so simple. And once you have everything all cut up, you are going to have this beautiful bowl of mise en place, the French word for having everything in its place. Look at that, gorgeous. And the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna line a baking sheet with some aluminum foil and a little bit of parchment, and then we're gonna put our corn on there with some olive oil, some seasoning. I like the Kinder's cowboy butter, and we're just gonna roast that in the oven. So something you'll notice here is that I did use frozen corn. The price on it was really good at the store. The fresh corn was a little bit picked over, so I went with the frozen. But if the fresh looks really good where you're at, I would say use fresh. It's all up to you and what you have, you want, or what's accessible to you. This dish is great because it works with frozen corn, fresh corn, canned corn, whatever kind you have, you can use. So this is where we have a special appearance by our favorite bartender, my loving fiance. He said, "Do you want me to make you a cocktail?" And I said, "Sure." He is a bartender. That's his profession. So I get special cocktails all the time. He said this is kind of like, he called it a limoncello old fashioned. I don't care what you call it. It was delicious. I've been on a big lemon kick right now. So like I said, I'm just like really absorbing and trying to take in all of those last flavors of summer before we move on to my favorite time of year, all the delicious fall food. And then here at the end, he's just topping that off with a little bit of a lemon flavored sparkling water, just because that's what I enjoy. I like that. And I even put the garnish. All right, here we go. Here is time for the final verdict. It's so good. I really enjoyed it, guys. It was very delicious. All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. So we got that corn and we are putting it in the oven, and you're gonna let it roast until you'll see it'll get nice and golden brown color, and you'll smell it as well too. And then while that is in the oven roasting, we're going to take some butter and olive oil, and we're gonna melt those two down together in a nice, well-loved Dutch oven pot, if you have one. If not, a regular pot will do. This is kind of it does make a lot. I'm also going to share another video where I take the leftover soup that we had and I make a pot pie filling, and then we had a crab and corn pot pie the next night. So you can utilize your leftovers. You get lots of delicious stuff. So I just add those vegetables in, and now I'm just seasoning. I'm gonna do some salt, pepper, the Kinder's cowboy butter, and a little bit of Creole seasoning as well. I don't give measurements for seasoning because everybody's different. We like it spicy around here. So if you made it probably the exact way that I did and you're not a fan of spicy, you would hate it. So what do? Taste your food while you're cooking. Just every now and then, just give a little taste and you'll know how much seasoning you want to add. So off to the side here, I've been cooking a chicken stock, and I'm going to take those chicken breasts out. I just had them low poaching in some water with just a little bit of salt, and you can add some extra vegetables in there if you'd like. I didn't really see the purpose of that. I just needed a quick chicken stock, and I'm going to be making some shredded chili rellenos with the shredded chicken in there. So I'm going to shred that chicken up later and make a sauce and then put it in the chili relleno. But in the meantime, I can make a stock and use that stock inside this soup. And that is really how you kind of like stretch your dollar, you make things go further. That's what we do in the restaurants as well. Like cross utilization of product is very important. So you constantly want to be thinking like, okay, I have this item. What are all the ways that I can do that? So you have chicken, get the bone-in chicken, use the bones, make a stock, and then you'll have fresh chicken stock. And it's better than the store-bought stuff all day long. Also, something that I do right here that's kind of gets missed because Guys, I'm still learning. I am a chef by profession, not a videographer, so I'm learning all this, but I did add a little, just a little garni bouquet of thyme, which is just fancy for you. Just take your fresh herbs and you just tie them and you pop them in the soup. And then I added that chicken stock in there, that homemade chicken stock that we just made. And see, look at how golden and beautiful that is. That's from that beautiful chicken stock. This right here is how much I had left over that I didn't even use. So I had a whole nother quart that I can add to sauces or rice, things all week long just to add more flavor. So I have pulled that corn out of the oven. It's rested for a minute or two, and then I'm just putting that directly into the pot with all the vegetables and the broth that we just made. Just gonna give all of that a quick stir together, and then I will allow that to simmer. Just pop the lid on it and just let it go low and slow off to the side. So now I'm getting ready I'm going to grate some cheese because I'm going to make some cheddar biscuits. And I'm also going to want some cheddar cheese just for a little bit of extra garnish over the top of the soup. So I buy it by the block because when you buy cheese that's already been pre-shredded at the store, it usually has like a potato starch or something like that on it to keep it from sticking together inside of the bag in case moisture or anything like that gets in there. But what does that do? That prevents beautiful, even melting in cheese. So if you're finding like you're making like a mac and cheese at home or something and you're using pre-shredded cheese and it's coming out a little grainy, that's usually the #1 reason. Just checking on the soup periodically, just giving it a nice little simmer, just making sure that nothing's sticking to the bottom, just keeping an eye on it. And then I'm gonna add in our heavy whipping cream. And surprisingly, it's for a bisque, not that much cream. So this is actually one that you can feel a little bit good about eating too. All right, so now we are gonna make our cheddar biscuits. I just use a box one. You can use whatever you like. This is just what I do. You can also make it on your own pretty simply too. Most flour packages have biscuit recipes or pie crust recipes on the side, and you could easily very much use one of those and just add all of the other things to it as well. But this was requested, so this is what I did, and also I like it too. So I just add all those ingredients together. I put the cheese, some butter, and then you're gonna want cold water, and you just kind of mix all that together. And then when I put them, I just kind of mound them in a little pan. They don't have to be perfect. They're kind of just little freeform biscuits. And I'm gonna put them over the top of the soup when they're done, so they don't have to be perfect. So once I get all those in the pan, I just pop them in the oven to bake off. Just follow the package directions and you'll be fine. And then, so now we're at the point where everything has cooked. Everything is nice and tender. The potatoes are cooked through. I take out that little herb bundle of thyme so it won't get in the way of like plating and stuff like that. And we've infused all the flavor from it that we need. So now I have a slurry, which is equal parts flour and water. You can also do cornstarch. I just didn't have any this day, so you can feel free to use whatever you have. Equal parts, mix it together, and then I just add that in there, and then you're gonna wanna stir it in, and it is going to thicken the soup. Mine was just a little bit on the thin side, probably because I used the frozen corn, but it's fine. You just thicken it up, and if you want yours more thick, then you add more. If you want it less thick, add less. About halfway through when the biscuits were cooking, I did melt a little butter with some extra garlic off to the side, and I just put that down over the top of them and just kind of put them back in the oven to hang out. I killed the heat at this point and just let them sit in there for like another 2 minutes, and then I took them out. It's now time for our second drink of the evening, which is going to be this beautiful Chenin Blanc. It's such a crisp, dry white wine. It was so delicious. It went really well with dinner. It was very delicious. So one step that I will recommend that you do is, no matter what kind of crab that you get, is to, I just take a plate and I'm just going to open that up and I'm just going to pick through. It is a little bit of the most tedious thing that you're going to do, but it's worth it because you don't want to get shell. Like, nothing ruins a meal faster than a texture where it is not supposed to be. So just take your time. Go over it. I don't suggest wearing gloves. Clean hands are a cook's best friend in this case because you really want to be able to feel if there's any sharp bits inside that crab meat. And once you pick through all of it, you're just going to go and add it directly to the soup. And the soup at this point is on a low simmer, and I'm just going to kick that heat off and I'm going to add it to the soup. Oh yes, I also seasoned the crab meat itself with a little bit of the cowboy butter before I added it to the soup. So you want to think about seasoning as like building layers and levels of flavor. So you want to season, you want to build. So you build a layer, you cook a little bit, you add some things, and you build another layer. So at this point, everything is done. I have a hungry man that's saying when it's ready because he said it was just smelling so good. Look at that. It's just delicious. He's actually from New Orleans, and he told me this so much reminded him of home, which was a huge compliment. So I'll take that every day of the week. And I just ladle it up in a bowl. Look at how good that is. Man, I want to make that again now. And to garnish, I'm just going to put some of the shredded cheddar cheese that we have. I'm going to put one of those delicious biscuits down over the top, and it's just so good. And then I do put a little bit of extra seasoning. So I put a little bit of extra pepper and then some Creole seasoning down over the top as well. But if you guys like this, I'll have the recipe down in the description box below. Please remember to like and subscribe. I got more videos coming. We're about to get into our favorite fall and holiday cooking season. So if there's anything you guys would like to see, just let me know. Bye guys, thanks for hanging out with me and I hope you enjoy.